Both Eric July and Vox Day have responded to attempts to cancel Chuck Dixon. Let's get into this here. Dixon was accused of anti-Semitism by YouTuber Dane of Actual Fandism. Not only did the YouTuber accuse Dixon of anti-Semitism, but he actively attempted to have Dixon canceled by encouraging his followers to contact Amazon in an attempt to have them stop selling Arkhaven Comics books, specifically Dixon's Alt Hero Q series. He posted this image to Twitter stating, Chuck Dixon, who again is writing at least one issue of a comic book specifically advertised by its creator Eric July as appropriate for kids, features his QAnon comic on Amazon's Kindle platform, which you can read yourself for free with a Kindle Unlimited subscription. Alternatively, you could contact Amazon to ask if they're aware that they're selling a QAnon promoting comic with no age restrictions, just as they sell Vox Day's comics and merch to all ages. Now, clearly, the only reason why you would be asking why they're selling that is to have them get it pulled from their website. He is indeed trying to cancel Chuck Dixon and Arkhaven Comics. July responded to this cancellation call on YouTube. Here's what's going to happen, and you're going to have to get over it. Yes, we have people that the mainstream has deemed, abhorrent, because maybe they have a view or two, namely, it's likely they support politicians or don't support the politicians that they think they should. He added, here's what's going to happen and what you're going to have to get over. As far as this company is concerned, Chuck Dixon is about to be part of a campaign that is going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, perhaps millions. And guess what? He gets a bonus in the event that it does. You're going to get his pockets lined up, and there's nothing that you can do about it. He continues saying, they say some people want to go to their employers. They want to get them to put off a certain platform. That doesn't happen over here, and you can't do crap about it. And you want to know why? Because what are you going to do? Well, we don't want the Rippaverse to publish that. Who are you going to go to? Well, go to the publisher. I am the publisher. Oh, well, maybe we go to his distributors. And then he does the look at me meme, which is hilarious. He says, look at me. I am the distributor now. There's nothing you can do. Nothing. And they're going to have to get over it. July then reiterated, there are people that have been very creative, and because they said something you don't like, you've deemed that they should be a part of like the effing comic book, shouldn't be a part of the like effing comic book industry. Who are these people? They are losers, and this is why social justice activism is the effing tool and occupation of losers, because it unfortunately has been able to amplify people that are not only unreasonable, but it gives them some sense of importance that they have never got in their entire lives ever. So that was Eric July's response. Day responded to the cancellation attempts on his website. He wrote, let me get this straight, because the legend, he's referring to Chuck Dixon, that wrote a comic about an evil elite that engages in child sex trafficking. He is anti-Semitic. Now, isn't that an open and public admission that a certain group of people are engaged in child sex trafficking and satanic sacrifice, especially given the fact that the comic doesn't mention or imply anything about satanic sacrifice? He concluded, anyhow, this is just an attempt to get Chuck kicked off Eric July's projects, which isn't going to happen. What's amusing about this is that if Dane is worked up about Alt Hero Q, he's going to stroke all out on the spot if he ever reads the Legends of Levon Cade novels. He then shared a GIF indicating he had no intention of ending his working relationship with Dixon. It says, cancel Chuck Dixon. I'm going to legend even harder. To that point, Day shared with Bounding Comics the cover to Dixon's upcoming Conan the Barbarian novel, Caravan of the Damned. You can see it right here. Looks really good. I'm super excited for this book. Absolutely loved the first one. And from what Vox and Chuck tell me, this one's even better than the first one. If you're interested in it, do have a brief overview of it here. Caravan of the Damned sees Conan leading a large band of merciless bandits across the bone-dry wastelands of the Zuagir, where he doesn't hesitate to attack even the most well-guarded caravans. In fact, Conan relishes the challenge, surmising that the greater the risk usually means the greater reward. However, some treasures might be too dangerous to keep a lesson Conan quickly realizes after his bandits ambush a royal Turanian caravan to the court of Hadranor. Not only will the book see Conan leading his bandits on raids through the wastelands of the Zuagir, but hidden in the sands of the deepest desert are horrors too dreadful for even the most fearless barbarian to imagine. This is what Chuck told us previously about the book. He says, Caravan of the Damned is set in the time when Conan was a desert reaver. I wanted the challenge of writing a story that was an extended chase. It's unlike anything I ever wrote for Savage Sword. The fun for me is restricting myself to the vocabulary and writing form that Howard used. I don't want any jarring stylistic anachronisms to take the reader out of the story. If I've succeeded here, the story should read like it would have been perfectly at home in an issue of Weird Tales. So those are the responses to Eric July, or from Eric July and Vox Day to the attempted cancellation of Chuck Dixon by Dane of Actual Fandom.
Subscribe for more.